a job interview, you are asked, how much do you think the chewing gum market is worth in the United States? What would your answer be? But the purpose of doing estimations like that isn't to figure out the right answer. It is to practice structuring your thinking in a logical way. You can learn the gist of how to do it in a minute, and you can use this kind of logic for the rest of your life. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Let's learn about something new in a short amount of time, and well, you guys can comment down below what your ideas are. Since I have this and that and a couple of other different types of channels and platforms for sharing, I have started to look up for information on the internet so that I could have more ideas to make for videos. And to be honest, you may not believe it, we have actually spent a lot of time making and editing these videos that I have been sharing with you guys recently. Obviously, my mom has been helping me with all this. Recently, she has been complaining about adding subtitles to my videos. So I've been thinking of finding some information and working on it to present interesting ideas in less time, but in a more informative and concise way. This does not mean that I will stop sharing my life with you guys, and it's not a bad idea to try something new. So this time, I have grabbed a whiteboard, and it will be used to visualize the content of this video, and hopefully you guys will find it interesting. So after watching the video, if you feel like you have learned something, that would be great. So let's take a couple of steps back to the time when I was trying to find information online. So I was basically searching with keywords such as 1-minute knowledge. I didn't know why, but I came up with a comment left by a person in a forum. I found the information quite educational and practical. I would like to share it with you guys. Obviously, we should give all the credit to the person who left the information online. So if you guys would like to check the original content, you can search for what can I learn in 1 minute that will be useful for the rest of my life on Quora.com. You will probably find the original words, which I'm going to share with you in this video, left by a user named Hannah Young. I'm not actually sure if this person really created those lines or if she just copied them and pasted them from somewhere else. I just feel like I need to share the source of information with you guys. If in a job interview you are asked, how much do you think the chewing gum market is worth in the United States? What would your answer be? I paid special attention to this thread because actually my father has asked me the same type of questions to challenge me. One of his questions, how many gas stations do you think there are in Massachusetts? My answer didn't sound too stupid as an 11-year-old back then, since I immediately directed the discussion towards population, number of car owners in the state, and the average number of cars each household has. But of course, the answer I'm about to share is much more thorough and well organized because it was given in a formal job interview. So the question is, how much do you think the chewing gum market is worth in the United States? If you haven't encountered a question like that before, it may sound like a crazy thing for an interviewer to ask. For one thing, I knew absolutely nothing about the chewing gum industry. For another, if I ever actually needed that information, the smartest response would probably to pull out my phone and Google it. But the purpose of doing estimations like that isn't to figure out the right answer. It is to practice structuring your thinking in a logical way. You can learn the gist of how to do it in a minute, and you can use this kind of logic for the rest of your life. Estimations like these are often referred to as Fermi problems, or back-of-the-envelope calculations. To solve one, you are supposed to figure out a way to break the main question into a series of smaller components that can more comfortably estimate. Then you put them back together to arrive at an approximation of the final answer. The trick is to ask small questions to reach a bigger solution. For example, 1. I knew that there are about 320 million people in the US. 2. I knew that the average lifespan of the US is about 80 years. We will assume that the age is evenly distributed among the population. Not actually true, but close enough for our purposes. 3. Teenagers and adults, say between the ages of 10 and 50, so about half the population, are the demographics most likely to chew gum? Let's guess that about 75% of them are gum chewers. 4. Small children under the age of 10 and older adults over the age of 50 are the demographics less likely to chew gum, so let's guess that 25% of them are gum chewers. 5. If we do the math, it gives us a total of about 160 million gum chewers in the US. 6. On average, each of those people probably chew at least one stick of gum every week. 7. Most of the packs of gum I've seen contains about 15 sticks of gum. 8. There are 52 weeks in a year. If we round up a little, this means that the average gum chewer buys about 4 packs of gum every year. 9. I'd guess that the average pack of gum costs about $5. That means that 4 packs would cost $20. So in conclusion, that gives us about $20 per person. And multiply that to 160 million people, it would get around $3.2 billion spent on gum every year. I had no idea if that was right or not. For all I knew, some of my assumptions were completely ridiculous. But maybe some of my wrong assumptions canceled each other out. I googled the question afterwards, and I found that the US chewing gum market was worth $3.9 billion in 2015, which means that I at least got to an accurate order of magnitude. And best of all, I got the job. So back to the question that my dad asked me. He asked the question, how many gas stations do you think are in Massachusetts? Well, I came up with a very similar process of logic that this dude came up with. Girl came up with. It's a lot of estimating and logic, so a lot of other similar problems you probably will get asked later on in life. And following the logic of estimation, I think that it can really help you. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, comment down below if you have any questions, and please do subscribe because it will make me personally very happy. Bye, see you guys all next time.